I went to see a show called Post-Mortem. It's on very early in the day, and with most fringe shows that are on that early, you do kind of walk away going, maybe it would have been better if it was on later in the day, just because most fringe shows can be a bit out there and not everyone's ready for that first thing in the morning. But I will say, despite its early time slot, everyone in the audience seemed to be engaging with it quite well. It's an interesting piece, kind of literally showing the post-mortem of a relationship between a couple who dated when they were teenagers and have had reunited years later at a wedding of friends they still have in common. It seems both wonderfully relatable, but also it doesn't sacrifice character for relatability. You know, they aren't blank slates that you're putting yourself onto. They are very distinct characters. I think the characterization was done very well, both in terms of writing and acting. They still remained, you know, relatable. You felt what they were feeling for most of it. And a lot of the humour in it comes from the characterizations. I really needed that humour because it's quite dark topic in some places. Just kind of watching this relationship fall apart and, you know, at the same time them kind of analysing it. It jumps back and forth in time, which is a little bit confusing at the start if you're kind of trying to figure out what's going on. My only major complaint about it is that the way they break up the scenes, whether it's, you know, two scenes that take place in the same time period, it's just like a little bit later on, or if they're doing the jump between the wedding and the past relationship, is they do these sort of movement pieces in between. Now, I think you can do a lot with movement pieces, but I wasn't really sold on it in this show. I think if it felt like they were building to more of a crescendo, like there was more of like a narrative build happening, I would have been more on board with it, but it kind of just felt like they were doing the same stuff every time. The same level of intensity, the same, you know, specific, oh, they're into each other, but they also kind of aren't. I got what it was doing. I got this is representing their relationship, but it didn't really feel like that dynamic changed at all, you know, with each movement piece. It was just, oh, more of this. So I found myself just really wanting them to get on with it and just get back to like the dialogue parts where they're just acting as these characters in a scene. That was really, you know, where the good stuff was with this show. And by about halfway through, I found myself just turning off for most of the in-between parts, because as much as like their movements were very intense and clearly they're putting a lot of focus and thought into them, the lack of variety just really made it kind of seem too samey. It just felt like dead air a little bit, and I feel like that actually, you know, took away from the power of the rest of the show, because you're getting really into the story, you're getting really into the characters, and then it's like an ad break. You're like, oh, okay, this bit that doesn't really feel like it clicks in with it. So you've lost a little bit of audience investment by the time it goes back to the story. I don't necessarily know what they could have done otherwise to, you know, differentiate between the scenes, because there is a lot of jumping back and forth, and you do need a clear, we're jumping to a different time period kind of framework for that to work. I just think there needed to be more variety in the movement so it didn't all blur together. Having said that, you know, that's my only real complaint. It was very well acted, very well written. I think if you're up for a show at a little bit before 11 in the morning, I think it's 10:50 it starts at, then it's a good one. You know, if you're doing that day of shows, you try and see as many in one day, that's a good one to start off with, I think. It'll get you thinking about different ideas and characters relating to each other, and there's even a little bit of sort of gender stuff going on in there, but why the couple didn't work. It's just kind of a lack of understanding, I think, of each other's side. It was very interesting how you didn't kind of come away, or at least I didn't come away, feeling like one person was definitely to blame for the couple breaking up. But equally, I was also, oh no, like I totally get why she doesn't want to be with him anymore because, you know, he treated her this way or he did that, but then equally feeling the same about the way she treated him. It's something very unique to relationships of when you're in your late teens, where you can kind of accidentally be terrible to someone. But I thought that was very well done. It was very well balanced between which character you were mad at and which character you were sympathetic for. So that was cool. I'm gonna give this 4 stars. It probably would have been 5 if the moving pieces had just worked narratively a bit better, but just with the disengagement there, it has to be 4 stars. But there is a lot of good stuff there if you do want to go see it. If you found this review helpful at all, we have a Ko-fi page this year, which means you can buy our reviewer team coffee. It's just a little bit of money, just the price of a coffee, and it's just a donation towards us getting a camera for next year and just generally supporting us continuing doing this. So it would be really great if you could. The link should be in the description.